Γεια σας όλους, σας είναι ο JohnyThan εδώ και καλώς ήρθατε πίσω στο recurse, παιδιά. Προσπάθησα να βρω κάτι καινούριο παιχνίδι, κάτι που να μου αρέσει και δεν καταφέρω να βρω τίποτα. Οπότε είπα στον εαυτό μου να συνεχίσω να παίζω το recurse, γιατί είναι απλώς υπέροχο. Η μουσική ειδικά είναι πολύ υπέροχη. Και είναι κάτι σαν το To The Moon, έτσι που βλέπεις το φεγγάρι και αυτό το κορίτσι εδώ πέρα, την Allison, ναι, Allison τη λένε. Κάπως έτσι μου θυμίζει λιγάκι, σαν το To The Moon και το Doki, αλλά και συγγνώμη που τα παραλαμβάνω πάλι, αλλά απλώς έτσι μου φαίνεται ότι είναι. Και αυτό επίσημα είναι το demo, υποθέτω, γιατί ολόκληρο το παιχνίδι δεν έχει βγει ακόμα, γιατί γράφει εδώ πέρα Wishes on Steam. Οπότε θα έχω και το νου μου στο Steam. Το έχω βασικά σώσει στο Steam για να μπορέσω μετά να το αγοράσω μόλις φτιάξω ολόκληρο. Γιατί πραγματικά πολύ ωραίο παιχνίδι είναι και αυτό, όπως το Doki είναι. Αλλά τέλος πάντων, παιδιά, ας συνεχίσουμε εκεί που μείναμε. Να το έχουμε διαβάσει αυτό. I look at my painting again. No right or wrong, just enjoy the process. Huh? Okay, I'll give that a try. When I took off my thinking cap, the friction of the brush strokes on the paper suddenly felt relaxing, easing my attention. Sorry. And I came to appreciate these brief peaceful moments. Living in the present, surrounded by nature and company. Oh, ναι, πράγματι, η φύση είναι πραγματικά υπέροχη. Ah! My worms! What did you do to them? You're torturing them! I'm not! I was just dipping them in paint so they could wiggle on the paper and paint themselves for me. If only time could take a shower just like this. I put my brush down and exhaled as I lay on the soft grass, gazing at the sulphurous sky. The sunlight on my skin had the perfect temperature of warmth, having been filtered by the tree's leaves. I closed my eyes, suddenly feeling a wave of drowsiness. Και γυρνάμε πίσω στο σπίτι να μαντεύσω. Όχι, αρχίζει να βραβιάζει. Okay. I blinked a few times and the first thing I thought of was, wow, that's the best sleep I've ever had. Bro, ήσουν κοιμισμένη όλο το πρωί και έγινε απόγευμα. But then I realized that the ground below me was not my bed, and I certainly don't remember having the sky as a ceiling. Sorry. I immediately sat up and saw Revka, Scott, Kai, and Xander sitting on the grass. They were all facing me with brushes and papers on their hands. Wait, are you guys... Oh no, our model woke up. Right, on time too. I'm done painting here. I'm painting her? Me too. Look here. Isn't my painting fantastic? Look how realistic it is. I made sure to draw your droll too. My face heated up with embarrassment after processing the fact that all of them were painting me as I slept. One by one, they probably presented their paintings companies with each other to see who's best. I couldn't reply with anything other than a shrill of humiliation, though. This is so embarrassing. But letting my guard down and sleeping on the grass first time that happened, I must have been really tired. If you're really that embarrassed, I think you should keep these paintings, Ali. Yeah, keep my masterpiece with you. Are you sure? Of course. I started at Xander painting and I put it nicely. Actually, no, I couldn't put that nicely. I have absolutely no idea what I was looking at. Is this scribble supposed to be my head? No, that's the tree. You're right below it. See this? I even got your hair right. Okay. What about this? Black hole-like object. That's Scott's head. He was blocking my view, so I added him into the painting instead. Yes, that makes sense. Man, this entire painting activity made me realize something. Maybe I do have a hidden talent for art. Great. Then maybe you should keep it hidden. Okay. I did not expect that from Kai. Guess he could be ruthless at times. Sorry. Ali, you have my full blessing to throw Xander masterpiece out. Masterpiece, please. It looks like a chicken had an exhaustional crease and took it out on the paper. Hey, aren't you the one who said there is no right or wrong in art? True, but say there's no hide in an attic and never speak of it again. What? Surely my painting can't be that bad, right? Everyone smiled at Xander in silence, even the cat stopped tripping. Why you? That's it. I've had enough of getting bullied. If it's a fight you want, then it's a fight you shall get. Come talk to me through your fist. Xander tackles Scott to the ground, but Scott manages to free himself before Xander could lock an ankle. Wow. Not another spell. Oop. Scott suddenly crouches and stacks his leg through tripping Rebecca and sending her rolling on the grass. Hey, that was uncalled for. Hahaha, eat dirt. I think I literally ate dirt just now, thank you very much. Xander and Scott suddenly turned to Kyle and I wearing misunderstood grins. Don't think you two are safe just because you're keeping distance. It's time for dinner. I did pasty alla dirt. Ali, get behind me. But Kai's warning came too late before he could finish. Scott and already pulled both of our legs and Xander engulfed us with a big bear hug. We laughed as we tumbled down the grass, our limbs all tangled up. But nobody meant any harm. I could feel them carefully slither me from potentially harassing their hands gentle, until Xander decided to tickle me. Stop it, it tickles. No mercy. This is what you get for trashing my art. But I didn't. I'll save you, Ali. Revka here to the rescue. Revka dove in, rejoined softly, and revenged me by tickling Xander. Why does it hurt instead of tickles? Really? What about this? Kyle suddenly jabs his fingers into Xander's matches, causing him to wince in pain. Guys, stop, you're going to kill me. Out of breath and too tired to laugh, I cry anymore. We finally stopped the tickle fight. Still entangled in a group hug, we took a moment to catch our breaths, appreciate the warmth emanating from each other's bodies. And I swear, this warmth combined with the audible rhythm of my heart beating beneath my chest made me feel more alive than ever. I unconsciously held them closer, and just like that, my fear of conflict faded away. So this is what he meant, huh? He? I couldn't hear everyone hold their breaths at Scott's words. Next week. It's my turn to choose an activity, right? Haha, what a coincidence. Next week is also his anniversary. The mood suddenly suffers as if someone had put an ice-soaked veil over us. Scott, you know what I'm going to ask for. We'll meet you at the same place then. Scott slowly and regularly pulled away from the embarrassment. As he stood up, we also released our hold on each other, losing the brief warmth we shared to the chilly evening air. Well, see you next week. He took his bag and walked away, leaving us, and especially me, in a pit of confusion. I had to intrude, but what's going on? Sorry. All of them looked at me with equally confused eyes. Oh no, this looks... I'm intruding again, aren't I? Oh, of course, I'm just a stranger, maybe I should butt in. But Xander cut me off before I could be apologetic. We had another person in the friend group. In fact, he was the one who brought us all together. His name is Nate. He passed away a year ago. Oh, I see. I'm very sorry to hear that. We can tell you more about him, but it's late, so maybe you should head back home. Oh, right. I gotta wake up early for work tomorrow, so... Good night. Thank you for the company. Thanks for coming, and see you next time. I'll text you what time we should meet up. We'll probably be meeting a bit early. Nate. So there used to be someone else inside his friend group. Sorry. I'm curious. What was Scott's relationship with Nate? He seems to have a stronger reaction to his death than the rest. Allison, do you know what time it is? Why did you come home so late? I was worried sick, you know. I was hanging out with my friends, Mom. Besides, it's not that late. It's only 8 p.m. Oh. She looks at me with a mix of appreciation and repeated fear. Who knows? I could never guess what she's thinking. Mom has been toning down her crude remarks and comparisons ever since I burst in anger and started giving her the silent treatment a few days ago. I feel a bit bad. I didn't mean to snub at her like that. You should be careful, dear. Haven't you heard the news? There's been an insurgence of suspicious people around the area. Yesterday there was an attempted assault just a few blocks away. Oh, haven't heard of that. From now on, try to return before night falls, okay? And when you're returning from your part-time job, make sure you walk home with someone and avoid persecuted places. Yes, Mom. Mom always concerned about unfounded rumors, but I guess it does hurt to be careful. Anagrama. Okay, that's right. I spent a good 5 minutes starting at the black paper before me chewing the tip of my pencil as I prodded what to write. How do I ask Apple for their phone number? Is it even a good idea? What if they say no? Or worse, stop writing to me? But asking directly feels wrong. I should probably start with something more creative. Poems. That's right. I'll write one in the letter. Dear Apple, I'm trying to get back into poetry, and this is my first attempt after a very long time. I hope you like it. I'll start with there. Spammen med hopp. No. The hope still shines through it once bled. Spammen med afto. Android feelings no trumps could bend. I look up and the sky whisper my name. I rise once more and untamed. And done. Ελπίζω να ήταν καλό αυτό που γράψα. Αν όχι, ζητάω συγγνώμη. This point makes me feel like I can shape my own fate. Fate, huh? I wonder if fate really exists. Is everything set in stone from the very beginning, or just a series of coincidences? It would be unsettling if everything is just a string of accidents, though. But if fate does exist, it's possible to defy it. All that's left is to ask for a phone number. I hope Apple doesn't find me creepy or anything. I slipped the letter into the envelope and sealed it, feeling a mix of exuberance and uncertainty. Well, time for some shut-eye. Let's hope my neighbors aren't noisy tonight. Ας το ελπίσουμε. Σε λεπτό να πιω λίγα νερό. And a few days passed by just like that. Everything was painted in the same dull and monochrome color. It was as if someone had placed a gray filter on top of my eyes. Until that day, that is. Another day, another assignment due. Coach, when will this end? Why are the police cars around? A bunch of police cars with their flashing lights and obnoxious filters surrounded the campus gates. Curious, I approached the commotion. It's her, isn't it? Yes, she jumped from the school building, right? She was such a quiet girl too. I didn't expect her to take her life like that. What? Move, nothing to see here. Curious, I moved closer to take a look. I caught a brief glance of a body swabbed lifelessly on the ground, behind haphazard yellow policy lines. I held towards the vomit, but could stop looking because her blonde hair dyed with blonde that looked a bit familiar. Oh God, oh no. I raced through the crowd here, thumping in terror. It can't be. But that pink basket on her wrist confirmed that it was indeed my classmate. Her name is recalled currently was Thyla. You know her? Yes, Thyla. Her name was Thyla. I forgot her last name, sorry. She's my classmate. I just saw her yesterday. I can't believe she's... What happened? We got a call this morning from a cleaner who found her body here. She likely fell from the top of the building. We found cut marks on her wrist, likely a result of self-harm. Investigations are still underway, but it will be most likely ruled as suicide. My knees weakened the moment I heard that. Suicide. Δεν το κορίτσι που είδαμε, Thyla. The quiet student who always sitting alone in the corner. We've spent a group project before a sweet girl go to space out sometimes, and I saw her outside of lecture last week when a few girls confronted her. There's no way she would kill herself because of that, right? But if only I held her back then, maybe it would have ended up this way. Oh no, I can't breathe. What's happening to me? The policeman seems how rattled. I was tired to talk to me and waved his hand in front of my face, but I was unable to respond. A moment later, someone clasped my hand and escorted me out of the crowds. Breathe, Ali, breathe. That voice, it sounds somewhat familiar. The person led me a quiet area in the campus away from the commotion and police car and gestured to me to sit on a bench. Xander? Why are you here? Ali, the girl who jumped is... Her name is Thyla, and if only... Ali, calm down. Xander suddenly bent down and placed his hand on my shoulder. Look at me. Good. Now breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in again, and breathe out, and out. We repeated this exactly a few times as I stared into his steady eyes. After a while, my pulse started returning normal, and the erratic spiral of through hurtled. There. Do you feel better now? Yeah. Thanks a lot, Xander. Good. Why are you here? Oh, yes, I never told you. I'm a trainee police officer in this district. If all good, well, I should get my badge next year. Oh, wow. That's cool. Somehow being an officer certainly suits you. Thanks. Look, I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. But if it's not your fault, okay? But what if it is? Thyla, she didn't notice she was battling with herself. If only I had noticed sooner, maybe I could have helped done something for her. Make her life a bit better, you know, just like what you all did for me. a horrible person, aren't I? Όχι, δεν είσαι. I only care about myself and I don't pay attention to others. I constantly treat myself like the only victim in the world and somehow forget there are people around me who have it worse than I do. Allie. I hate myself. I hate myself so much. I'm disgusted by the selfish person I've become. To hell with schoolwork. To hell with my part-time job. If only I wasn't so absorbed with my own insecurities, I wouldn't have noticed there's something wrong with Dyla and help her before it was too late. Preoccupations, αυτό ήταν. Xander stood and took a seat beside me. I was in your position too some time ago. Actually, probably worse than you. I was selfish, arrogant, and completely self-absorbed. I hated the world, I hated the people around me, and I hated the values that we were focused to live by. That is until I lost someone very important to me, and then it dawned upon me. I didn't hate people, I just hated the world that made them that way. Sometimes we just fail to see the beauty of things until we actually lose them. Allie, maybe there's nothing we can do to bring your friend back, but spiraling into gigantic would only make it worse. Use this anger, this overflowing emotion you have to change yourself and becoming a beacon of kindness. Say you're free now. Say you're free now. Now, well, I have class, but I thought you just said to hell with schoolwork. Alright, fine. I'm free. I don't feel like heading to class after all that happened anyway. Perfect. Then come with me. There's something I want to show you. Are you sure you could be leaving your post just like that? Should you be investigating? In the great Allison wise words, to hell with work. I blindly followed Xander to God knows where he was taking me. We took public transport change buses once and finally arrived at a place surrounded by greenery. We talked about random things along the way, mostly about how he ended up becoming a police officer. Contrary to my first impression of him, he held strong ideals about justice. He clung to principle. I wish I had, and that immersion in his eyes convinced me he'd never let them go. There was a certain way to his stride. Every step he took carried an unwavering conditions, like someone living with a clear sense of purpose. Something I longer for in my own life. Eventually, after hiking up a small hill, Xander came to a stop. We're here. Wow! The view from the hill overlooked a distant city area. I couldn't even see my university from up here. I come here whenever I needed a place to vent, found it recently when I was striking during police training. Nobody ever comes here, so it's the perfect place to relax and unwind. It's beautiful. Somehow the distance makes it the problem. I have looked so small. Nope. Αλλά εγώ λέω καλύτερα να το σταματήσουμε μέχρι εδώ. Λοιπόν, αυτό ήταν λίγο τρελό. Πήγαμε πίσω, κοιμηθήκαμε τώρα κάπου το απόγευμα. Ξυπνήσαμε που άρχισε να γίνεται σιγά σιγά κάτω ο ήλιος Ανατολή. Μετά, τι γίνεται, πηγαίνουμε στη δουλειά, όχι βασικά μας ζωγραφίσαν οι άλλοι την ώρα που κοιμόμασταν. Πηγαίνουμε στη δουλειά, γυρνάμε σπίτι, λέμε στη μαμά συγγνώμη που αργήσαμε, γράφουμε ένα poem στην Apple. Μετά μάθαμε ότι η φίλη μας πέθανε, από suicide τώρα, δεν ξέρω τι άλλο. Και τώρα μας έφερε ο τέτοιος Xander, νέο Xander, σε ένα ψηλό μέρος να δούμε την ομορφιά της πόλης. Γιατί νιώθω ότι αυτό είναι πιο καλύτερο από το Toki Toki τώρα. Φυσικά το Toki Toki μου αρέσει και εκείνο επίσης με πιο πολύ, αλλά αυτό έτσι που είναι με το To The Moon ταυτόχρονα και με κίνηνα που γράφει μηνύματα στην Apple και το περνά χρόνο με φίλους, είναι ακριβώς απλώς υπέροχο. Αλλά τέλος πάντων θα σταματήσω μέχρι εδώ. Αν σας άρεσε μην ξεχάσετε να βάλετε μια εγγραφή και να αλλάξετε αυτό το βίντεο, παιδιά. Και ας ελπίσουμε αργότερα να μάθουμε τι θα γίνει με την Allison και τον Xander. Ποιος ξέρει τι άλλο θα γίνει με αυτούς τους δύο. Το παιχνίδι πάντως ναι, μου άρεσε πολύ. Θα το βάλω και στο Wishes. Βασικά θα το βάλω σε μια αποθήκευση για να μπορέσω μετά να το κατεβάσω μόλις βγει ολόκληρο. Τέλος πάντων, σας αγαπώ παιδιά, μην ξεχάσετε να βάλετε μια εγγραφή και να αλλάξετε αυτό το βίντεο. Θα προσπαθήσω να βρω κάτι καινούριο, αν όχι, τότε απλώς θα παίξω κάτι άλλο που σκέφτομαι να παίξω, που έχει περάσει και πάρα πολύ καιρός που έχω να παίξω. Και πάντοτε, θα σας δω στο επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!